And we're live. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. Man, Nicole, you actually were the first one here. Shout out to Nicole Bazaar. Thank you for being here. Darlene Walter Riley, thank you for being here. P Niles123. Who's that? Kella C1. Shout out to Miss Goldie Robinson, Queenie Morris, and Marie B. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning, coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to the entrepreneurs, the stay-at-home moms and pops, the retirees, the Uber driver, Lyft driver, truck driver, taxi drivers, food delivery drivers, long-distance truck drivers. Shout out to my brother Troy Star Trucking Vlogs on YouTube. Please go over to Troy's channel and keep his channel growing. He has a dope channel. Shout out to every single clean-hearted person who wants good for others as much as you want good for yourself. That part. You deserve mad respect. All right? Big up to everybody who was here this morning. Rising Phoenix, Carolyn Scott, Great Goodies, Audrey Minot, Fifield 63, Lulu Ridges, George Christopher, George Plush Creations. Thank you for being here this morning. All right, as you can see, I don't know why my thumbnail came out like that. I was adjusting the camera and the thing clicked and I was just like, here. Fitting for the topic, so I just left it there. Remember I talked yesterday about Antigua and Barbuda having only 3 murders so far for an entire, for this year, from January 1st to where we are now. 3 murders. A lot of people in the comment section said 3 murders. Man, if Jamaica had 3 murders instead of 650 for that same period, then Jamaica wouldn't have space to hold tourists and returnees and people who just came just because, take a weekend trip just because. Some people get 4-day weekends off here, and we live close, like in Miami. I know a brother who worked at Walmart. He didn't have any big fancy job. The tickets aren't expensive. He worked at Walmart, and he would literally go home every 2 weeks. Sometimes he would go home back-to-back weekends. He would search online, he would find a deal, and he was out. Friday evening, gone. Came back Sunday morning for work Monday. Or Sunday night for work Monday morning, that kind of stuff. But people have been apprehensive. Anyhow, what I want to talk about this morning is this, because now I have more on it. When I heard it first, it was just passing news. Well, it's front page news now. And the headline says, Antiguan uproar after Jamaican man held for woman's murder and more. Reading through this story, man, that's all the things that we talk about. All the things that we talk about. And some women, I don't know if it's a shortage of men out in the world. I don't know if it's a desperation. I don't know if it's a combination of low self-esteem and past abusive relationships. I don't know if it's the way you were raised, or I don't know what it is. I don't know if you find yourself in the world with no support and no love, so you cling to somebody that would do you like this, or would go back to someone who has done you like this before. I don't know what it is. I'm not a woman. I can't explain it. I don't have a woman's mind, but I can guess pretty much. Anyways, let's get into the story. Bl00dy, thank you. I appreciate you greatly. Oh, you sneaking a look. All right, Barbara Flo. Thank you for sneaking a look. But don't get caught if it's going to bring problems, because I don't want to hear you say, SouFLo, me get fired and mash up my job and my finances messed up now. And don't do it. All right, so the story goes like this. A Jamaican man is now in jail in Antigua after the body of 54-year-old government employee Althea Henry was discovered at her house with machete wounds. The man, according to media reports, turned himself into the police. he eventually turned himself into the police. He was on the run for a while. That's why I didn't cover the story, because there wasn't too much out on it yet. It's front page now, so we can cover it now, right? All right. He had previously been charged with the attempted murder of the same woman in 2017. That part. He had previously been charged with attempted murder by the courts. Attempted murder. The courts don't just charge you with attempted murder. You had to have actually tried to kill this person before. So what makes you go back to someone who was actually charged with attempted murder? Remember the Jamaican girl recently who first did the story, oh, her belly, she had to run down the street holding in her intestines because it was falling out because dude cut her belly out, right? His whole intention was to kill her. And then here she was 7 weeks later on TV saying, I want to drop the case. I don't want nothing to do with nothing. I don't want to waste the court's time. I love him. He's my man, and we're going to be together. And I have a baby in my belly that I'm carrying for him, and I want the father of my child to be here. The same belly that he tried to cut out. 7 weeks later, there was a baby in it. All that is just confusing to me. All that is just confusing to me. But this brother actually was charged. He had previously been charged with attempted murder of the same woman in 2017. According to media reports, he was reportedly charged then after Henry was found in a bloody and bruised state by a bypasser, lying on a piece of cardboard in a bushy area with a large blood-splattered rock next to her head. This wasn't a fight in the house and I pushed her down the stairs and she twisted her ankle and broke her arm or her elbow. Beat her head in with a big rock, left her in bushes, laying down on a piece of cardboard, left the big bloody rock next to her head. And put your mind there, people passing by. He didn't call ambulance and say, oh my God, I think I almost killed her. We had an argument and whatever, we got out of control. Please get some medical help here or something. You know when somebody, now I'm not making an excuse, but I'm saying, you know when somebody did it but didn't really mean to do it, then you can look at that person and say, yo, you have real anger issues. Because when you fly off the handle, you really hurt people that you love or care about or people that love you. And you need help. But when they do this and then leave you there out in the bushes, he intended for you to die. Okay? He thought he inflicted enough wound or enough hurt with this rock that you were going to die anyways. So by the time anybody finds you, you'll be dead. That was his plan. And passerbys or bypassers saw her, found her in the bushes, heard the groans and moans, went to go look, and it was her in the bushes in a pool of blood. How the hell did you end up back with this man in a relationship? The rock, the blood-splattered rock was actually laying next to her head. She survived that attack, and that was in 2017. But based on reports, has now allegedly fallen victim to the same man again. And this time, he was successful. He killed her. Now look at you, 50-something years old. 50-something years old. He killed her. Man, I think when I hit my 50s, I want to be like, looking forward to the best part of my life. Like, I'm supposed to use the first 50 to weed out anything that is going to stop me from living happy every day. That's what I think I'm supposed to use the first 50 for. Weed out anything and anyone that's going to stop me from living happy every single day. Because life is short. And life is supposed to be enjoyable. You're supposed to create something for yourself where you can enjoy this one life that you were given. So how do you get worse after 50? I mean, that's the last half of your life if you look at it. 50 is the last half of life. I know many people don't want to think about it that way, but death is inevitable. We all die. That's a human condition. We all get ill, sick at some level, at some point, and we all pass. Okay? Yeah, that part. Now, here we go. He had previously been charged with attempted murder of the same woman in 2017, and now he is charged with her murder. She survived that attack in 2017. The Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda, Gaston, Mr. Gaston, whatever you're doing over there, please call like Andrew Holness and Minister of Security, Harsh Chan, and call those people in Jamaica and share something with them because obviously they need it. I know a lot of people talk about population difference and country size difference. I actually went and did a whole paper. I don't have it in front of me, but I'm going to do it on another morning thoughts. I did a whole paper going around searching for different places that were the same size or even bigger than Jamaica in both landmass and population. A lot of American cities that are supposed to be the worst of the worst, that they call the murder capitals. The numbers that these places do in murders in 1 year is what Jamaica does in murders in 2 months. So for all the Jamaicans who are talking about, why you don't talk about Chicago? Why you don't talk about New York murder rate? They're off the... I went and I did my research. That's a lie. They don't compare. They're not even close to Jamaica's numbers. We do their annual numbers in 2 months. So it's no wonder when people see us now in certain places in the US, they're like, "Oh, you Jamaican? Damn, yo, niggas chill, dog. What's up, yo? You Jamaican? Just chill. Don't even be talking to them too hard, because they stereotype all of us the same way, right? Some people use it for their own protection. They ride the wave. Other people think it's cool to be thought of in that way. Yo, a Jamaican, them, they mad bad people. Like, they'll kill you for nothing. Like, you gotta be careful with them. And they walk around with that for whatever. I don't want that attached to me. I don't want that attached to me. When you see me, I want you to see Irie. I want you to see Red Stripe with a straw in it. Oh, he's so corny, he drank beer with a straw. I want you to see that. I want you to see chalatas, slippers, wife beater, tank top. I want you to see, please don't look at me and talk about, oh, they're Jamaican, they'll kill you for no reason. And they bad, yo, you better show them some respect, because don't respect me for that. Don't respect me for that. Respect me for some level of intelligence. Respect me for how I respect other people. Respect me for how I carry myself. Don't respect me for because the country that I was born in or come from has a murder reputation that is off the charts because they're genocide, like murdering out each other. That's no badge of honor. That's nothing to be proud of. Nothing to be proud of at all. So she survived the 2017 attack. The Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda, Gaston Brown, in a statement on Monday, confirmed that Henry was an employee of the Passport Division, which falls within his ministerial portfolio. The Passport Division, Jamaican, Antigua, Passport Division. Yo, me have a girl at Antigua that will work up at the passport place. She'll get my paper straight and everything. Me a Lego Jamaica over there, so me I go live now. Me I say with my woman at Antigua. She's so desperate for a Jamaican man, she used her position to get him there. Is that what happened? Because if you go to these other Caribbean islands, you can't just pick up and go live there. You still have to go through the The whole passport thing is just like going to the US and thinking you're going to go live there. You're not just going to go live there. You can get a visitor's visa. You could get a work permit. You could get all it's the same process. So if you have the hookup, it's even better for you. And what better hookup than you're sleeping with somebody who works in the passport division? Hook a brother up. All right. The passport division will not undertake any services to the public holiday today, June 21st, 2021, and possibly tomorrow, Tuesday, June 22nd. That was 2 days ago. So they closed the passport division for 2 days in honor of her. Media reports had initially indicated that Henry's 21-year-old son had died as a result of the same injuries sustained during this attack on his mother. So even her 21-year-old son was there trying to get this man to stop chopping his mom. And the youth got chopped up as well. He chopped her son as well. And it was bad because they thought that the son had died. The media even reported that he had died because of how bad it was. But he underwent surgery, emergency surgery, and he is alive. Now, while the statement gave no direct indications of who had committed the crime, Brown said that the perpetrator of the murder has turned himself into the police after running away. Brown expressed, this is the Prime Minister of Antigua, right? Expressed his deepest sympathies for the government and people of Antigua and Barbuda to the family and co-workers of Henry. The member of staff are truly shocked and were traumatized by news of this brutal killing of our colleague, and were psychologically harmed by the news that her son sustained severe injuries during the same violent event which caused his mother's death. Brown is encouraging citizens to pray for his family and said that he continues to discourage domestic violence in the face of differences within families. Remember the other one? It was a Jamaican woman that was found dead in Antigua. She was a short woman that worked as an entertainer. I got some news from some people out of Antigua that said that that short woman she actually did prostituting as well. It wasn't written in the newspaper that she did prostitution work. It was written in the newspaper that she did entertainment. So she dressed up and she danced and she sang. But people told me that she drank a lot. She had issues. She didn't want to go back to Jamaica, but she wasn't having a good time in Antigua either. Things got sour for her. She'd been through a bunch of relationships where she was abused herself. So she took to the streets. Basically, she drank a lot. She slept with a lot of men. And, she ended up dead. It was a Jamaican female. I don't know if you remember her, but it was another Jamaican. It was another Jamaican. And this was in January. So it is 3 murders on the island of Antigua from January 1st to where we're at now. And of the 3 murders, I know for sure that 2 of them has to do with a Jamaican. So you ask me, why these other islands be treating us like that when we're trying to go through there, when we're trying to visit, or we say we want to go stay there or whatever? 3 murders for the year. And of the 3, 2 of them are, let's use these fingers, 2 of them have some Jamaican involvement in it. Nobody wants to see us. People are kind of iffy when we come through, or when they hear that the Jamaicans are here or Jamaicans are coming. They're kind of iffy. Is there going to be drama? Because a lot of drama follows them. That's the stereotype anyways. I'm not saying that's true. I know a lot of decent Jamaicans that are very quiet people like myself. I keep my business to myself. I don't do public outbursts, and I don't do drama. I don't do fighting with strangers, and I'm definitely not chopping up no spouse and all that. I replace and repeat and move on and all that and leave. But that whole chop up fighting, I don't know. The funny thing about that is when I started doing these videos, I was focusing on the men, and I was saying that there's got to be something going on with our Jamaican men because they're killing their spouse in England, Canada, the US, Jamaica, other Caribbean islands. So it's got to be something specifically within the culture itself. You know, it's like a factory that makes these dysfunctional people and then disperse them to the rest of the world, and they end up in different places doing the same thing. You kind of follow what I'm saying? Moreover, says the only time I was Jamaican was when Bolt was running. Yeah, listen, you have to, please don't blame it on weed. Paula Mac says smoke too much weed. Don't blame it on weed. Weed make you calm. If you, Paula, you probably don't smoke weed, but if Paula bought a good spliff right now, you wouldn't have strength to go pick up a machete. Okay? You burn weed and you want to just talk and you want to just reason and you want to just yum up everything in the fridge. That's why it's important for you to eat healthy if you're burning weed, because you're gonna eat everything that's there. Mr. Man talk about me, I eat pork, you know, and them something that give him a good ganja spliff, and he there right at the jerk man drum. And the jerk man I say, yo, chicken done in a boss and nothing else not over here. So I'm saying, but what to that right? That's up. A beef that ya jerk. Jerky said, nah, jerk pork that, but me no say you not eat the pork. In the two looks up. So send on the pork, man. So that's weed. Weed ain't making you kill nobody. Not weed by itself. Not weed by itself. George Christopher Plush Creations, thank you and good morning. George says, SouFlo, just checking in. We brought 2 of your shirts. We got them yesterday. Support up, up, up. Thank you. I appreciate you. Was it this shirt that you bought? Or was it the Rebel Love? The Rebel Love was a theme that I did, and it actually has, I was kind of afraid to do it because it has Bob Marley's picture on it, right? And I didn't know if the Marleys were going to reach out and be like, hey, take my dad's picture off your shirt, which I would respectfully do so because that's the family reaching directly out. But I've seen his image everywhere, a lot of Chinese-made stuff. I've seen the Jamaican flag made with Bob Marley's picture right in the middle of it. I've been to some festivals where I've seen it, and I was wondering, like, who gave them permission to do that? But then I checked the little tag on the flag, and it says "Made in China," and I'm like, damn. Does Ziggy and like Junior Gong and them know about this? I'm sure they see it because it's at the same concerts they're performing at, and they're waving them big like this. It would catch my attention if I saw my mom or my dad face on a flag. Now, who gave them permission to make that? But they didn't complain. So I guess if they didn't complain to the China man, they probably ain't complaining to me. But that's one of the shirts that, and we have the tank tops available as well. Women tank tops and women t-shirts are different. We also have the children's clothing available as well. All that is available. We have the socks and the tights, pants. All that's available right under the videos, and it's under every video. So who wants to support, and it's right there. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Somebody said, I lie, SouFlo. I lie what? You know, Chinese sold Marcus Garvey for rice. Bob Marley sells. I got that flag. You can say whatever you want to say. Anyways, it always amazes me when like non-progressive people, or I won't even call you non-progressive. I'll just say it like this. When you're getting, let's get back to the topic though about this whole woman thing. But before I go there, when you're going to criticize people, make sure you're criticizing someone that's doing way less than you are. Because if you're criticizing a legend that used their life to pave the way, then you don't qualify. You don't qualify. I'm sick and tired of seeing my people put down progressive people. And when I check on who is doing the putting down, you've accomplished not even 1% of what the person who you're, Bob Marley and I remember watching that interview, man, where Bob Marley said, oh, he figured out the music game. You see all this stuff now, people, oh, I have my own independent record company and this and that. Bob Marley figured that out first. While everybody else was running to people trying to get a record deal, Bob figured it out. He took a hit from one of them large companies. I think it was Ireland Records. Oh no, he took a hit. Chris Blackwell. He took a hit and he said, hold up. So it's my thing that I create. And this money I want 50, 60% and come give me 40. All right. So it means that if I set up my own thing, 100% of my revenues go to me. And then when I pass on, that still go to Ziggy and Junior Gang and the rest of the children. Okay, so I remember in that interview where he said, I'm going to set a ball in place that will keep rolling. See the ball there? Don't take my word for it. Google how much Bob Marley's estate made this year so far. Google how much he made for 2020, 2019, 2018. Some of your biggest entertainers still have not hit that level yet. Yeah? His children don't have to work for anybody. This is what you call passing on generational wealth. His children do not have to work for anybody. All they have to do is sing one of their father's songs, and he wrote many of them. And he made majority of them famous before he even passed. He literally left them something like, here, use this. Just one out, let us sing One Love. You're rich. One. That's it. Them can't, even if them can't sing, them just pick up the mic. One Love. People say, yo, Bob Marley sung that in a whole stadium lift up. Rich. So when you're going to talk about a lot of people that are criticizing, man, the only thing I see you passing down is your opinions. That's all you're passing down. You're passing down your opinions, your religious beliefs, and poverty. That's it. Because your children will have to come work from scratch again, from the beginning again. They don't have no fund set up for when they hit a certain age. They collect a certain amount of money and can actually start something. They're going to have to go look for it for themselves, and they're going to go bata all over the place till they find it while you are resting in peace. So be careful when you're putting words on a name that has been solidified. Yeah, Tough Gang came and did his thing, whether you like him or not. Well, I seen a group of Hebrew Israelites out in the streets, and they were like, nah, we don't listen to Bob Marley. He's a white man. He's a white man. His daddy is white. Therefore, he is a white man. He only got some black traits from his mama, who was a black woman. And I don't want to be into all that, man. I don't give a damn about all that. No, if you care about all that, then you're caring about all the wrong damn things. Most Jamaicans have some of another race in them other than black. So if you, good luck to you. You walking around to pure. You're not. Stop it. Stop. You're wasting time and you're wasting energy. You're causing division, and it's a whole lot of negative stuff you're stirring up for no reason at all. Who does that benefit? Who does it benefit? Bob's children. You remember, the wicked shall never see my children begging bread. There's somewhere in the Bible that says that, but the man live it in a real life. His children don't have to beg nobody for nothing. They don't even fly in the same airspace that we do. All you hear say, Junior Gang is going to be performing in Spain this Saturday at a large concert or whatever, and he got there. Nobody saw him in the airport? No. Why? He took a private jet. Yeah. That's how they travel. You don't see them in the airport at the carousel waiting for their bag to come around. You damn sure ain't seeing them in coach. You don't go to the same school that they go to. Bob's grandchildren don't go to the same school that regular people go to. Them homeschooled or they're private tutored. This is the life you want to set up for your children or your children's children, your future generation. When you start to talk about, my next generation must be better than how we had it. Remember we talked about passing it forward, right? Passing it forward. Yo, Stephen Jr. Stephen said, we don't take no street side interrogation. So when police pull me over, yo, let's call the lawyer. That's it. Don't talk to me. Don't ask me no question. We don't do street side interrogation. Let's call the lawyer. Oh, and the car is a Rolls Royce. Here? Yeah, the door opened that way. I don't know why y'all pop off my door handle. That's not how it opened. Can't tell you no use to nothing. That kind of stuff. They earned that. They earned that. Their daddy came and set that. And don't act like nobody was treating Bob good when he was alive. Like, especially in Jamaica and the Jamaican establishment. Remember, so when Bob was alive, you know, dirty Rasta boy, probably a 40 leg a crawling on him head. Dreadlock them look nasty. Somebody needs to hold him and shave him. Y'all don't remember all that? He paved the way. So he's resting in peace, enjoying all this. And it's a powerful sight to see all his children gathered, because 7 boys look just like him and carry his voice. Every one of them, as soon as they speak, if you're not looking at them, as soon as they open their mouth and speak, even his grandkids, the boys, carry the same voice, the same tone. That's power. He's really living forever. So be careful when you're criticizing something that powerful. I don't even say someone, I say something, because it's a spirit that powerful. Will your spirit live on that long? Will you be remembered after you pass? What are you working on to make sure that your generations after you live a better life on earth? That's the focus. That's the focus. Now, women, I don't know what it is about you and Jamaican men, the ones them that love Jamaican men so much until them get chopped up. Especially you know, there are a lot of Jamaican men that won't chop you up though, right? But I find this happening to a certain type of woman. No, nobody ain't ready for this conversation, because here goes SouFlo again, blaming the victim. I find this happening to a certain kind of woman. Listen to me. Listen to me. You see, when a man out a road and he's disrespectful, and he's like, yo, girl, come here. Hey, some man will reach out and squeeze arm and grab body. They know who to do that to. There's a certain type of woman, someone will go on tough, and we do it anyway. And even though you move and go, and you see him one legs in the air later, you just put up that front for a little while. I'm not talking about you who pretend to be, but you're not. There are certain women out there who garner a certain level of respect because of how she moves. And you just get that spirit, energy, like, all right, she ain't the one. Then you tell yourself, she's not even my type anyway. She's not your type anyway, because you can't try nothing. You understand? You can't try nothing. But there are certain females that they kind of like draw this kind of thing to themselves. I see a woman argue with a man, and the man tell the woman, say, me chop you up. And the woman tell him, say, you can't do me nothing. Like, you really stay there in front of this big chopping man. You can't do me nothing. Not only you can't do me nothing, you know what follows afterwards, right? Make me want to keep it clean this morning. So you can imagine every cuss word, everything she want to call him, send him up under him, their famous chuck off in your mother and ring your neck in there and all these other things, and just provoking and itching and pushing and pushing. He's standing there with a blade, man. He's standing there with a blade. I realize this happened to certain women. Certain women. Marvelous Marvin says, I mean that. Really? God no. Maxine Otterly says, passport division usually falls under Minister of Home Affairs, including immigration. Yes. Yes. So she probably sorted him out. She sorted out his papers and got him to Antigua. Moreover, you just a look attention. Go on by yourself. Anyhow, you have the right name too. Moreover, see a little attention there. Luminous Inferno says, I saw woman behave. No, I know all women behave so far. Is when your boss is some of them behave like that. But these things that's happening to them, I find these things happening to a particular type of woman. And usually, this is the type of woman that it is. You won't let the man go. You won't leave him. You will stay around and you make sure that he is unhappy, or you carry on with yourself. Everything, as long as he is with you, it's okay. And the man, in his unhappiness, he can leave too, but him not leave either, because of whatever the incentives are that comes with being with you. I don't know. Good pum pum, maybe she pays all the bills. Maybe she pays all the bills and have good pum pum. Maybe she knows how to cook better than any girl or woman he's ever had. Maybe it's the way she keep our house clean and tidy and give him someplace comfortable to rest, or whatever the case is. That particular attitude, I usually find that a lot of these women have in common that end up in this situation right here. I can't understand why, though, that a man would beat you so bad with a rock stone, bust up here with a rock stone, leave you in bushes over on the side of the road somewhere, out in public. People find you, take you to hospital, then patch you up, and you're back with the same person again. What could he have told you to make you go back? I remember we talked yesterday about how some of them women here, that body shaming stuff when it comes to men, right? Some of these women they do it for the D. They do it for the D. If brother working with 15 inches and that she want and she never see one like that in her life, she like, no matter what him do me, nah, let him go. They put more emphasis on penis size than anything else. And it end up costing some of them their lives. Or sexual prowess, then we should say. Because most of it probably ain't even the size, it's about how he do what he do to her, kind of thing. A real talk, we are big people, we can talk. And that leads them back to that a lot of the time. Good body make you lose your life, my girl. You know there were others out there, right? As I speak to her from the grave. I can't imagine what kind of situation that was. I can't imagine what kind of situation that was. Beat you to a bloody pulp, left a big rock stone right next to your head in a bush is where he left you, and you went back to him. Every time we do these stories, I look into this camera and I say it that somebody in here can relate firsthand. You're either the abuser or you are the abusee. Yeah, take abuse or you're the one that's giving it, but you can relate to this firsthand. And I look in this camera and I tell you, leave before it gets out of hand. Leave, because it is going to get out of hand. The thing about when this stuff gets out of hand is you don't know when it's going to get out of hand. You think you're going to be able to control it when it does. All right, now I'm gonna say this and say that and pick this and pick that, and I'm gonna let it boil. It's kind of like something that they need after a while. I'm going to let it boil all the way to the top and then I'm going to stop. I'm not going to let the pot boil over. I can boil all the way up, then I can stop. One of them times, that pot's going to boil all the way over. And you hear, doosh. You ever cook on fire and then the pot boil over and you hear when the water hit the hot stove, doosh. It boil over. You had no control over it. If you're in this type of situation, if you find out that too much arguments are going on, too much disrespect, too much name calling, too much messed up vibes, it's time to start exiting stage left. The fat woman has sang. The curtains are coming down. The show is over, even if you don't want to believe it. Stop telling yourself, boy, you can't leave because of this and because of that. Left. Before you end up like that lady right there. And if somebody did that to you before, why the hell are you going back? Why are you going back? You no longer have to guess. I wonder if him will really do it for true. Because you know some of y'all stay, the man say, yo, girl, me mash up your blood clot and you over there after the argument. Mash up one, move on, go. You're not doing nothing. And he really didn't do you nothing then. Right? Him say it again in our next argument. And this time, he do one of them, but he didn't actually swing. And you will see him one with this again. And now you're thinking, I wonder if he will really do it. I wonder if he will really do it. And you really stay there till him actually do it. But bigger than that, now he's proven that he will do it. And you go back still. He's proven to you that he will do it. Sheena, I can't feel sorry for that lady. I cannot feel sorry for her. She walked into that. She wanted that. Some part of her wanted that. I know people are going to say, SouFlo, shut the hell up. What do you mean some part of her wanted that? Nobody no want nobody to kill them. But now I said nobody want nobody to kill them. But some of them women here like when them man beat them. Now she's sick is not my problem. Some of them want them man to beat them. I've seen this and I've heard this before. I'm love when Bubba choke me up, you know. You know, I love when him drape me up every now and then. Tell me say him care. Some have even said it outright. If you don't argue with me and get aggressive every now and then that means you don't care. I've seen women have men that are not that type and turn that man into that type. Not that type. When you first met him, you'd have to tell everybody how, yeah, he's not that type. He's not even the confrontational type, the argumentative person. The man that give a couple good years all time life, and next thing you know, he is that type. You've been working his ass for years. Now he is that type. That man ready for combat. He is ready for verbal combat at any given moment, probably some physical combat too. So he is that type. That's why you got to be careful about who you put yourself with as well. Because, listen, when you're with somebody, one or two things are going to happen. Listen to this. One or two things are going to happen when you're with somebody. Either they're going to rub off on you and you're going to take their mannerisms, some of it, or vice versa. So you better make sure you're there with somebody that's progressive, productive, loving, uplifting, all that. So some of that progressive, productive, uplifting, loving stuff can rub off on you. Because you see, if you're there with somebody that's argumentative, aggressive, it's the human condition. It's just like taking somebody from the suburbs, right? Let me say this. Came to America at 2 years old. Don't know anything else, right? Grew up in some suburb in Miami somewhere. Don't know nothing about no badness. Everybody around here own them house. It's a nice neighborhood. You could hear a pin drop around there and all that. Got in some trouble and got deported to Jamaica. Well, in Jamaica, guess where you were born, sir? You did born out of Rima. Yeah? In our neighborhood, one zinc fence community around there. So now you find yourself deported there, right? I'm using this as an analogy. You're dropped there. Uncle Sam says, by you go, you have nobody else. You got to go back to that. Now, when you go back in there, so everybody in there is aggressive, and everybody in there, yo, dog, well, go on, brother. Yo, I'm charging. Everything good? Yeah, man, you don't know already, you know. Yo, make a thing go on to be like there, you know, brother. Yeah, ropes, you don't know. You don't know the Schweppes. Yeah. If you go back a couple of years and after and look at that person has adapted to that way of living, the mannerisms and everything, because that is what they will have to do to survive in that environment. I just see a thing. I just see a thing for your relationship, y'all. You put yourself with the wrong person. You go into the relationship. Oh, yes, I'm calm and easy and nice. And, you know, I don't really argue about much. We deal with things maturely, and yeah, things don't work out. You go your separate ways and all this. And next thing you know, a pat fly after your head, and you have to flip. First, you're wondering, I want this. And yo, girl, I got you really do. And next thing you know, you in there, I fling back pot to in there, dog pot and plate and mash up the whole house, and then I love you too, man. Look at what we did to the house, babe. Pass me the dustpan. Bring a broom over here so I help clean up the pot too. Because you do my hand. Jesus Christ. Yeah, but look how you do my neck and my face though. And it becomes a normal part of you. And next thing you know, this is you. This is the new you. This is the new you. So it's very important who you put yourself with, because you will either become them or their frigged up mannerisms, or they will draw something from you, right? It's a serious thing. It's a serious thing. Why, I don't know. Playing dandy shandy in the house, pot a fly, plate a fly, dishes, and you want dinner, you want your blood clot dinner, see your dinner, yeah. And see your dinner, yeah. Dinner all over, you have scraped your dinner off of the wall. And that you want to see your dinner, yeah. Somebody said energy bread, what it is. Yo, no, man. No, you have to be careful. In these times, you have to be careful. You have to. I can't feel sorry for her. I cannot. I'm just kind of perturbed at the fact that Antigua has 3 murders for the year, and 2 of them have to do with Jamaicans. That's the part right there. That part right there, so. The people them do a good job at keeping their murder rate low. Look by you, Jamaica. You done murder off over 600 and something of your citizens already for the year. And this little island keeping their thing crisp and clean only had 3 for the year, similar incidents, and 2 of them is you. What I tell the people them? It tell them say lock them gates when them see you come. That's what it tell them. It tell them immigration officers to interrogate you at the airport and try find a reason for sending him back, please. Make sure it's one of them Jamaican that will own some assets and is coming here on legit business. No visitors, no, we don't want no, you're not coming for carnival. It's okay, we have enough people flying in for carnival already from all over the world. You ever see the carnival videos them from Trinidad? People there from all walks of life, all other countries around the world. We definitely don't need the Jamaicans here. Make sure say some politician, at least a Hannah in our bathing suit to come down here. We want some reputable people to come into our country. Don't bring the Booga Yaga. Please find a reason at the airport to question them and send them back. So that is why you hear them saying, SouFlo, why they treat us like this? Why they... Right there. Look at good Antigua. Do you know how much I would be bragging right now if Jamaica's murder rate was 3 for the year? I would probably be broadcasting from Jamaica right now, like in the middle of Half Tree Square or something. But I don't want to go out there after a duck, man. George Christopher, George Plush Creations, I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Boy, Lisa, Hannah, all of them, when them done, the thing about the Jamaica is this, and this is where war come in now, because the same people who are in positions of power, you talk radio personalities and politicians alike, and social media personalities and whoever else they are, you know, they're high up in society in Jamaica and they're well known. When it comes to dancehall music, they're like, ah, that's a whole heap of slackness. Look how the girls them dance and behave. Look how them dresses, just bare nakedness and all that. Boom, carnival time come at Trinidad. I guess they forgot that the world is different now and man catch up on internet real quick and you're around the world. You want to see them in a Trinidad in a one G-string, boom, boom, fat round the back, them bend over, bend over, bend over, bend over, that way, back way. You're like, it's a politician from Jamaica, watch her body down about clap. She won't do that for dancehall music though, because in Jamaica, dancehall music is ghetto people music. So she must hold the standards while she's home. I don't associate with them Bl00dy. They're down the hill over there. We stay up on top of the hill and we look at them. See all those zinc fence communities down there? Yes, that's them. We don't associate with them. And that music that they like to play and gyrate themselves up to, with all that nastiness that's in the music, I'm not a part of that. I listen to my soca and my calypso and some church music, gospel. Yes, until Carnival come. St. Lucia, Barbados, and them fly go all of them, you know. And they just like them go one. Them fly go all of them. They're in St. Lucia. What she have got now? She have on G-string again. St. Lucia. Wait there. What she have got? She have on G-string again. Barbados. What she have got? She have on G-string again. Trinidad. But come one time Jamaica keep them things. She not show up like that because she had to uphold the standards of what they are compared to what the regular people are or the Bl00dy are. But inside their house, them have on the same G-string. Them a skin out for head top. They do it, but they do it inside the house. But for soca and calypso or soca, they're out in the streets, pan head top. Now, all fun and joke aside, you women out there who are tech beaten from man and feel like he won't do it. You're not doing nothing. If he already did this, he'll do it. Because this ain't too far from this. Okay? I practice him, I practice. He getting ready and you better get ready too. If you're going to stay, just decide which side you want to take the lick on. Just tell him, say, don't lick the right side because that's on my photogenic. So anytime I go live with mom, I don't want mom and dad to know I'm getting beaten. So I turn the side to the cut. So just don't hit the side, babes. Mash up the side there if you want to. But you're going to get licked. So sooner or later, if you've done this already, it's coming. All right? Remember, I'm telling you that. If he did... Okay, someone else said, I don't understand. I don't really understand the part when he says it because sometimes, you know, it gets a bit dark and a bit deep. All right, listen. If he has already done this, that's not too far away from this. A full swing, yeah? Okay. So you're going to have to decide what side you want. You want the box. We call it a box. Yeah? A lick. You're going to have to decide if it's this side or this side. But it's coming. So once you see this, that's your cue to start shuffling out the door. Take care of yourself. Like Mr. Vegas. Follow the rhythm and take care of yourself. Follow the... Big up Mr. Vegas. Mr. Vegas have a new song out and the song bad. I watched the video yesterday. I don't want to play it on here though because you know I don't want copyright infringement and then take down the whole video and all that. But go look at his latest video. I'm gonna go on with them things. Box face then death. See that? Enough of them stay around, get box face, and feel like him box me I go box him back. We're just gonna be a boxing couple because we're just gonna be boxing each other up. You better stop. You better stop. If you're with somebody and you're not preying happiness on an everyday thing, then left the relationship there. Or make plans to leave it. No relationship is perfect, but drama shouldn't be every day. Unhappiness shouldn't be every day. You know what I mean? You can drama and unhappy every day by yourself, and it's less risky. It's it's less risky because I guarantee you, you're not gonna stay there and beat the daylights out of yourself. Yeah, so you're better off by yourself even. Not jump from relationship to relationship, you know, because a lot of women that do that, you end up with the same person all over again. That's how you hear a woman start saying stuff like, girl, all of them are the same. You know them stay already. All of the man them are the same thing. That's because you done passed yourself around enough and you kept picking the same thing. You kept picking the same thing. All of them ain't the same. It's you that kept picking the same thing. But sometimes just stop pick and just stay to yourself for a while. Fix up yourself first. Jesus Christ, Bridget will be a wicked man, but Vegas still a keep. Don't do him like that. He is one of the most consistent entertainers in dancehall music with good material that you can play without cocking your children's ears. Let's be honest. I've seen Mr. Vegas, somebody said, SouFlo, you and Mr. Vegas never kick off the other day. No, sir. Vegas, same thing, and me, say my thing, and that's it. It never got, it wasn't no kickoff. It wasn't no kickoff. You know, some people try to style you and style up your audience. When I say, me fly back the crowd, through me get a little platform and have a little fly batty crowd of people follow me. Now fly batty, you know what fly batty mean? It means you shit up yourself and fly follow your batty. So he was referring to my audience as a fly batty crowd. But I'm telling y'all that me, I'm one of those kind of people. I'm not afraid of war now. I'm not afraid of war. And I don't think, listen, if I could show you better than I could tell you. But I'm not afraid of war. But I don't like drama. I don't like drama. If there's a means to an end out of this drama, I might calculate and then go through with it. But unnecessary drama that ends nowhere other than we both stab up, chop up, or shoot up each other, that's not fruitful at all. And I understand my Jamaican people. I understand that no time enough Jamaican, even the ones that are prissy, yeah, rub them the wrong way, I say. Rub them the ones that are prissy. They live on the hill. They don't associate with the Bugayagas. Their English has a bit of a twist to it, even though they've never been to England before. That kind of stuff. Them one day, rub them the wrong way, I say. You hear some bumbleclad chip on some under your mother and some you want. You would be like, teacher, Miss James. Miss James is my English teacher. She lives in, that's Miss James? Holy sh. Same song. So man, yeah man, big up to Vegas, man. Big up to Vegas. We don't have nothing to worry about. I said he never bust anybody in the music industry over the years, and he has been to the top. That's what I said, and it was taken a certain way. So if you don't know him, I talk about when time Vegas a carry man go a studio and introduce them to that kind of bus, and that's not the bus I was talking about. I'm talking about when you are on stage or when you are travel the world, you never take a youth. Like how Sean Paul took Ching Ching and gone around the world with him. Sean Paul was on my list too, because I said Sean Paul got to the top of the game. And I was looking the whole, all these years, who did he bring with him? Well, sometimes you have to go out into the world and establish yourself first, then you can reach back and help others, right? Sometimes you can't just use the Marcus Garvey method. Each time you make one step up, you pull somebody up. Sometimes it just doesn't work that way. Sometimes you have to climb the whole ladder first, and then you reach the top and you're like, man, this is what it look like up here? All right. Now take a few steps back down, drop somebody that's on their way up with me. That kind of stuff. So, but I like what Sean Paul is doing now, because you see the song, Go Down There. Why not Go Down There? With Shaggy, Sean Paul, and Spice. That's not just a regular song. That's a power move. That's a power move. Shaggy's crowd is not your average Jamaican dancehall crowd. Mr. Shaggy, I perform in England. I'll be white people in there talking about the Queen's crown and all this. And when that the man they start sing that one old song about them call me Mr. Bombastic. Yo, I see whitey, and everybody like, I'm like, yo, Jamaicans are there talking about turn off the song. They song all the blouse and skirt. Shaggy don't even sing that song no more when it's a lie. They're singing it like it's the #1 hit that just came out yesterday and it's current. Shaggy's crowd is different. Sean Paul is a household name globally. His thing is different. His crowd is different. Well, you know, if you look at the similarities, them is not no dark-skinned black people, you know. You understand what I say? It's just like Sizzla to a Bob Marley. Bob Marley say, love everybody and all this other stuff. And Sizzla saying, black woman and child, and limit himself right there. So, because ain't too many people are like, yeah, black woman and child, let's play that. And black. No, they'll more likely play a Bob Marley neutral song. You know, if you look on the politics, you know. So to see Sean Paul and Shaggy take Spice, put her in that league, introduce her to that audience, that's a good look. That's a power move. That's what me did about Mr. Vegas. Over the years when he was headlining, him should have did that, pull some people on stage with him, that when his light started to dim, there would be other young talents coming up right after him where we could say, yo, Mr. Vegas, you that to know, Mr. Vegas put him in the game. Give you a good example, Bounty Killer. I don't think Bounty Killer have to do much. Bounty don't even have to fly out to Jamaica or move a muscle. If he did get to fly out and say hit the United States of America, there's like a bank full of money waiting here for him. Because people can't wait to see the killer again. However, putting things in context, Bounty Killer, if you look in the dancehall genre, you can say this man took dancehall music and used it to create a bunch of millionaires out of some ghetto youth. That's real. That's realistic. I remember one time Bounty have a song with the intro. It was a politician in the intro and him said, who are these guys that are building this house next to me? I can't handle this. Like, he gets in a studio and sing Yow Yallow, and next thing he's building a house. I can't handle this, man. I can't have this. He gets in the studio and sings Yow Yallow. Next thing he's building a house next to me that I talk about up on the hill. All right, where they overlook the peons and peasants from. Everybody will live down there, so they look up and them see them big mansion there, and they're like, one day me I go own one of them there, you know. One day me I go buy mama one of them there. You know how hard it is to make it up that hill? You ever see Elephant Man house up there? Ask Elephant who fly the gate for him. He's forever grateful to this day because it's Bounty Killer do it. I'll know enough away I walk out to Soul Case Safari and I still can't afford a house like Elephant Man house. Whether buy it made already or go build one. Real thing me I talk. And Ellie ain't the only one that have that. His is just, because one time him did color it up like him crayon box. And him here color, hi Papa. Marker. Kai. Here. Here, Pop. Alright, and Daddy coming. My baby is up. But yeah, let me end this video by saying this. Two things. One, to the ladies out there who keep running back to these people that dog you, beat you till you're unconscious, choke you out. I know some other like or something there, but it's going to end up in your death. This lady is another perfect example of that. Jamaican people behave on themselves, especially when you are in other people's country. Take the best of you, leave the worst of you at home, because it's not only you that feel that when you go do that. They actually start looking at all of us the same way. Good me could be going to Antigua right now just to do some filming, just to do some vlogs, Just so people can say, yo, SouFlo did in Antigua just now, I'm going to Barbados now, and he's traveling the Caribbean and it looks good showing from these different angles. That's one of my dream anyways, is to island hop throughout the Caribbean. I want to see how other Caribbean islands live, right? What is unique about their culture that we don't have? Them probably cook something a certain way differently. Their twang is a bit different from ours, these kind of things. But they're going to look at me when I'm coming in like, oh, he's Jamaican? Put extra security on him. Watch him a little extra. 6 months him want? No, give him 3. That kind of stuff. Right? So be on yourself, yo. Because it reflects on all of us. All of us. I want to go to England, reach over there. They're like, how long you came to stay for? Okay, here's 2 weeks. You're like, but I wanted 6 months. Legally, I can have 6. You're coming from Jamaica, sir. You're a Jamaican. It's 2 weeks. That should be enough for you to see all you came to see and get the hell out. Her mom tell her apologize, but not really serious. She not teaching her like a child. Please come to Montserrat, SouFlo. Man, I'm going to do some traveling soon. You notice the place is opening up, right? I'm itching to go. I don't know where I'm going yet, but wherever I go, the camera will be there rolling, and we'll get some good footage from that place. It brings me relief to know that I can literally go to these places, land there, and navigate without ducking gunshots or being scared I might end up somewhere where I won't make it back, kind of thing. Clearly, these people have a love for life, a respect for life. Them might cuss you, because them cuss too, them cuss just like Jamaican, especially the Antiguan, them sound just like we almost, them cuss just like Jamaican. They kind of have almost the same mannerism. They don't kill each other off like that though. They, for some reason, have learned how to work out their differences without taking a life. Our thing not really stay so. Hence the numbers. 600 and something versus 3. And for them 3, 2 is Jamaicans involved. That says a lot. Belize. Oh man. Yes. Lovely K, thank you. I appreciate you. Belize. That's on the list as well. That's on the list as well. I see Belize have some beautiful beaches and these things. Plus, I've been following Belize for a long time because Shine is from Belize, and Shine was one of my favorite rap artists back in the day. You know, after Biggie passed, he sounded like Biggie, but looked totally different than what Biggie looks like. And then the whole thing with Puffy and Shine went to prison and came out, and now he's in Belize. Now he is in a position of power in Belize. But his father was already in a position of power in Belize. See? So I've been following since back then, and I went and did my research on Belize. Beautiful place as well. Beautiful place as well. So a whole heap of place that I forgot and explore, and we will be trying to do that in short order, in a short time coming up. So manners and respect to each and every one of you this morning, people. Thank you for being here. Please, ladies, listen to me. If you don't, listen to anything else for the day. If him goes up, start pack. Don't wait for that. And if you already did that, it's going to get worse. All right? It's going to get worse. If he's not moving out, seeking counseling, saying he'll come back after and fix up himself, all that, if I just lick you, leave. Because eventually you're going to die. Just like this lady. Me not ask you. It's going to happen. So if you're going to stay, at least start planning your funeral. So your children, them, because some don't have kids, you know, and you leave the kids behind, they got to figure out which part money to come from, figure bury you and all that. If you're going to stay in one of those relationships, then go ahead and write out some things and get some things in order. Because it's coming. It's coming. All right? Don't fool yourself and talk about, no, it's just not going to be a little bit. No, it's coming. You're going dead. All right. I'll catch you on the next video tomorrow morning. It's SouFLoTV. Write us up. I'm out. Papa, you want to come say bye-bye? Come say bye-bye to the people. He's over here writing up on my board. All right, Kai. I left you alone. Peace.